And how you manage pressure? Pressure is part of the game, but how you manage when you play it singles, and also how you did it in doubles, playing with Raul.
I think it's easier in doubles because you have somebody there with you.
Mm-hmm.
So I've always found it easier in doubles to manage pressure. It's a big part of the game, and it's a big part of coaching because it's probably the question most coaches are asked the most from younger players or players' parents, how you handle pressure. I think it's something you don't ever, it doesn't ever go away. And it doesn't ever get less. The butterflies don't ever get less. You still get nervous. If I'm asked to play an exhibition here where I live in Sarasota, Florida, locally,
Mm-hmm.
I feel nervous going out on the court. You want to perform well. I think that's just normal.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, at 70 years old is a whole lot different than well at 25. So there's a little bit of difference, but you still want to perform as well as you can. So I think there are things some little tricks you use. Certainly, if you're playing at Wimbledon, let's say the biggest stage in the world, on the most famous court, that was always difficult for me. Even after doing it many times, there's still something about the center court at Wimbledon that's totally different from any other place.
Yeah.
And I got more nervous playing there. But the things you can do, you try not to focus on the big picture. You try to focus on something smaller. When I would be out on the court, I'd be focused on something very simple, watching the ball. I can't tell you how many times I would tell myself to watch the ball. Even as a pro, you maybe wouldn't think that you'd have to say that many times.
Yeah, yeah.
If you could bring that big focus back into something very small, I think it can be very helpful. Some players would tell themselves, move their feet. So I think there are some little tricks like that you use, bringing the focus into a smaller context. It's also something you grow into. You don't start by playing in front of 15,000 people.
Mm-hmm.
You start by playing in front of nobody, and then your parents, and then maybe your brothers and sisters come.
Yeah.
And then maybe some friends are watching. So you're taking steps along the way to play in front of more and more people. So you get more and more acclimated to that. So I think that's sort of the development of a competitive player.